Hi, I'm Jelena.
I'm David.
And this is our YouTube channel.
We're going to look at something we've had a lot of requests about.
A lot.
I know everybody says that on social media. I've had a lot of people asking me for...
But you can actually go through comments and see that we're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think sort of this tutorial and then sort of hair tips from me.
Oh, okay.
I get a lot of
That
requests
makes
on
sense.
how to get my hair like this. So before we keep going, make sure to like us.
Mm-hmm.
Please like us. Subscribe.
And comment.
So
you can stop commenting about wanting this tutorial. Now let us know what else you want to see. And maybe share with a friend or a loved one or family member.
Yeah, why not? No one ever got poor from giving. Well, it's a beautiful expression.
It is. It's just, yeah.
Okay. This is on Supta Kurmasana. Supta Kurmasana, tortoise and reclined tortoise.
Kurmasana and Supta Kurmasana are always taught together, and so we'll break down both of them in this tutorial. And no matter how difficult or shitty, can I say shitty?
Yes.
Yeah. Your Kurmasana is, you will still try within the tradition, you always try Supta Kurmasana as well.
Right. So traditionally speaking, you would have gotten through all the postures that precede this pose. So you would have been able to bind in Marachasana D and things like that, and do Bhujapadasana. So you've acquired a certain amount of freedom in your hips and hamstrings and things like that. So,
and your shoulders.
Yeah. So this is a deep pose. So we're not going to show
modifications.
Yeah, I can show you a modification actually.
Yeah, but this is an important point, because if you're working towards a pose like this, you have to do all the stuff before it to get your body ready. You don't really practice it by just trying to do this pose.
Right. Yeah, you'd probably want to be like warmed up and in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ready? All right. So, from downward dog, it's always from downward dog, you're going to Supta, inhale, jump your legs around your arms, and then sit your bum down on the floor, stretch your arms and your legs out, ideally coming into the full expression of the posture at the end of that inhale. The full expression of the posture is with your arms stretched out to the sides and your legs extended with your heels off the floor, toes pointed like that, and trying to bring your chest down. Drishti is your nose. 5 breaths here. And so while Jelena is doing this pose, she's pushing down through the backs of the knees, pulling the shoulder blades down the back to try to, keep the chest open, not letting the shoulders take over, and keeping the sits bones on the floor. This is a wide leg, deep forward bend, so we have to be careful with the hamstrings. So try not to do an anterior tilt here. Don't think about reaching back through your sits bones or anything. Pull your sits bones down. Focus on the lengthening through the thoracic spine, through the chest and the upper back. Okay. And then we go straight from here, Ashtanga. On the 5th exhale, we start to walk the feet in towards each other and bring the arms around behind the back. And so because your arms are going to come around your legs, you want to get the knees as tight to the shoulders as possible. So even though the legs have to externally rotate, don't let them drop away from the body. Try to keep the knee close as you can. Well, I'll just fix your microphone cord while we're talking here. Try to keep your knee as close as you can to the side body, like that, so there's less for your arm to have to go around. You see? And then spin your arms in and reach back and around, and hopefully you can find your hands. If you can't, you could always have a towel on the floor, catch the towel, and then fling it around behind your back, and then walk your hands up the towel towards each other. It's important before you go any deeper to get the hands to bind here so that you can pull with your arms. So Jelena's pulling the elbows away from each other to open the chest, to pull the shoulders back. From there, some of you could inch your feet in towards each other and then try to cross the right foot over the left. Good.
Almost.
If you have short little turtle legs, that might be really hard. See, Jelena's legs don't even go past her head. So then you might need to get somebody to help you. Put your legs behind your head like that. And then eventually crossing the shins on top, you're going to point the feet, and the feet point out to the side. And this is the full expression of Nava. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dasha, hands come down, and then lean forward. You lift up, exhale there. Yekadasha, inhale to Bakasana. And then Dwadasha, exhale, go back. Inhale, Trayodasha, upward dog. Chaturdasha, exhale, downward dog. So you go from a turtle into a crow or a crane.
Crane.
Into a four angle. So there's two versions of Supta Kurmasana. We tried to show you the first version, which is on the vinyasa, but neither Jelena or I have long enough legs to really do it super well, which is where your feet stay on the floor, but they cross in front of your head on the floor. So not behind your head. So it's not legs behind the head, it's legs on top.
And it's just an interesting place to note how different body proportions play out. So for people with long limbs, once, their hands are bound, doing that part actually is quite easy because the legs are so long, there's space. But then for us, it's like, I wouldn't say impossible because I did it with a little bit of your help, but it's really difficult.
Yeah, I've seen you do, I never see you really do it in front. I've seen you do that trick where you cross them behind without using your hands. So you'll put the right leg on top first, you creep your head under and then, right? Or no, the left leg, you creep your head under and then put the right foot on.
Yeah, I can try it. I'm not very warmed up for it because we're shooting a YouTube video. It's not in my practice. But that one, then there's another difficulty with that one, which is you can pull so much of your hair out because there's a strong friction. So maybe you'll have to help me out.
Yeah, because you're moving your feet around.
Yeah, around and close too. So like sometimes like your feet, if you have long hair, and it happened to a friend of ours, like you literally pull.
So what would you recommend? Ponytails?
I would recommend
pigtails?
This.
Shaving your head?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you're really serious about your practice.
Okay. All right, so Jelena catches the hands behind. Oh, she did it on her own. And then watch here. So see how she put the left foot on top of the right foot and then uses that height to get her head under the shin.
And wiggle my shoulder.
And wiggle the shoulder. And then lifts by extending the right leg. She's lifting it up. Oh.
Okay, I think I'm going to need your help.
Yeah. And then gets the left toes to go under the right shin and then flexes the feet to get the legs into position. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's definitely the hard way.
Yeah.
Definitely the hard way. What's the easier way? The easier way is to sit up and put your legs behind your head, left leg and then right leg behind your head, and then go forward and catch the hands behind the back. That's the easier way if you can put your legs behind your head. But that's the hard part for a lot of people, right? So what usually happens, if you're lucky enough to have a shala, a teacher, is that you get assisted in this posture. You do Kurmasana, and then you do your best to get into Supta Kurmasana, and then you stay there until someone comes over and helps you.
And you wait, yeah. And it really does make it speeds up the process of the way your body changes and the way you understand what needs to happen. Because there's this really nice feeling of passiveness, like a little bit of letting go when the teacher is putting you into the pose. And so it helps.
Yeah. Yeah, the first trip I took to India way back in 2002, I was put into this pose every day for months. Shrat would come over and put me in. And then when I came home afterwards and he wasn't there, and I was like, oh, I'll just try on my own, I could do it. So, all of those times being put into it and practicing every day, it developed the ability.
But if you're working on it and you're alone at home, just really be mindful that you are catching your arms first, and only once you're able to hold on to that bind that you are then attempting to cross your feet, either in front of the head or doing that little trick if that's accessible. If you try to cross your feet before your arms, you're putting so much pressure on your shoulders, especially this part here and on the sternum, which is cartilage, and it can cause a lot of grief and discomfort. And so hands coming together first really helps you avoid doing this, because once you have the bind, you can keep pulling and keeping the shoulder in that nice neutral position.
I mentioned, we said we wouldn't show any other versions, but this is sometimes taught as a modification if you're having trouble getting into the full version. And then also it could just be a nice stretch for you if you're trying to prepare your body, not necessarily in the sequence, but through the day. So after you've done your attempt at Kurmasana with your chest and your arms out, then you can bring your feet in towards each other, and with your hands hold your feet. So you make like a long diamond with your legs, and then draw your head down towards your feet here. So it's not nearly as deep as the full version of the pose, but you do get a similar shape in your back, and you're sort of working on the external rotation. You don't start to get the arms really working there yet, but it's kind of a nice gentle way to work.
But it is a really deep pose, and it takes time. And if you're feeling stuck, just try to change your way of thinking about it. You're not stuck. You're just taking time to allow the body to change, to let yourself actually learn something, learn a new skill. And that always takes time. It can't happen overnight, unfortunately.
It's a very useless skill, too.
It's like a party trick?
No. Yeah, I guess I can think of a couple things.
But it teaches patience, and that's a very useful skill.
Turtles are patient.
Very patient, yeah.
Actually, I have no idea. I don't know any turtles.
But they're like nice and slow.
They are.
Slow and steady.
I wonder how they feel about it, though. Do you think they're patient?
I think they feel good about themselves, given how long they live and how long they've survived.
Yeah, you can't live that long without a positive attitude. Well, I hope you've liked our tutorial on Kurmasana and Supta Kurmasana.
We can verify those facts about turtles.
Yeah.
Or let us know if you know.
If you know a turtle.
And
let us know it's...
in the comment section.
Is it patient? You'll want to keep following us for more tutorials. And like it, and let us know.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.